Hi there, I'm Green Pangolin, and I have a game to show you today. This is Ways of Alchemy, an Alchemist life simulator. It's currently in the playtesting phase until the 5th of February. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can try it yourself. Right off the bat, there is a tiny visual bug where you cannot see the cursor until you actually click, but it's not that big of a deal. What is a big deal, however, is this parallax effect. Look at this. It's so cool. I really love games that do this with their main menu. Alright, let's get to it. And right off the bat, you can see this is the playing field. This game is clearly taking inspiration from Playtest Simulator and Book of Hours, two really excellent games. So this is our alchemist right here. We're going to have to keep him well fed and well rested. You have these 5 pillars over here. These are your skills with the different attributes. These are going to determine what you can do in the regards with alchemy. So we start with an inheritance. All your life you've had strange dreams, and you might think this is one of them. But holding a letter on crumpled paper in your hands, for some reason, you feel awake for the first time in your life. Your grandmother left you an inheritance, a plot of land near the city and her secret. You have no idea what it is, and you never knew your grandmother, but the acid-eaten piece of paper feels familiar in your hands, and the attached map lures you to follow it. Drag the character card to the active slot and press start to find out where the path leads. And as you can see, just like in Book of Hours and Playtest Simulator, the story is going to be told through these action cards that we can slot the appropriate card to follow it. So I'm going to drop my alchemist right here and press start. It's going to count down, and we gain the cluttered hut. On the plot there is a shack filled to the brim with all sorts of things. You'll have to carefully dismantle it. So we gained another action card. We're going to put our guy here, just clean it, and as you can see, as time moves forward, we're going to lose hunger, so at some point we're going to have to eat. Right away we have a plot of land, some turnip seeds, and the book with basics. Glorious future awaits you, but the start is not easy for anyone, especially for an alchemist. Fortunately, you received a magical grimoire that will help you figure it out. The hotkey to call it is G. The grimoire contains detailed instructions for obtaining the cards you need, and also stores all the papers and notes. Make sure that your alchemist does not die from hunger or wounds or become overtired. Explore all the available options, read the properties of the cards to understand where they can be used, and click on the card slots to find out which cards are suitable for combinations. Alright, so this is the grimoire. It's going to be all the cards we have. Okay, here we have an untouched piece of land. You can cultivate it for a garden or construct something. We have nothing we can construct. We do, however, need some food. So let's turn this into a garden. And we got a garden patch. We can plant seeds here. Or put decomposable stuff to obtain fertilizer. Okay, so we're going to put turnip seeds on the patch with our alchemist. And you see this little hand icon over here. You can click this once a day to gain a weather card. And we have warm sun, which makes the flowers bloom. And this is actually a card we can use as fertilizer. Let's put this on double speed. Auto pause is on, so every time you finish an action, it's going to stop time, so you don't needlessly lose hunger. Right, so 60 seconds and the garden will be ready. Until then, let's keep sorting out the stuff from the hut. And you see, every time we use our alchemist for an action, we're going to lose 1 energy. And we're going to have to go to sleep before we run out completely. You can use tab to put the stacks together. And you can hold the card and pull the stack apart, or grab at the number, then move the entire stack. Very nice. Let's keep sorting. Okay, got a rusty pot, some money, and the alchemy tutorial. There are 2 ways to brew a potion, to use a recipe or to use a formula. Recipes are complex descriptions of ingredients, steps, spells and rituals needed to make a potion. If you have it, you can make a potion with a simple knowledge of potions and following the instructions, but recipes are usually suboptimal in resource usage. Second way is to use a formula. Every potion is dependent on the first ingredient you add, and not how potent is the dominant pillar in this ingredient. After adding the core ingredient, you need to add something to reach the needed pillar powers, as the formula states. Because you're brewing ingredients without a recipe, the only thing you can lean on is your pillar's mastery to handle ingredients. You need to be at least as powerful in every pillar as the ingredients are, individually for each. Exact formula will be revealed after you brew at least 1 potion by recipe or by sheer luck. Okay, so you can use the recipe, which is guaranteed to make the stuff you want, but it's not very efficient. And you can also experiment, which might give you the same thing using different ingredients. Alright then. And we found a potion recipe, 2 potion recipes. The coagulation potion is going to need 3 turnips. We can do that. And the regenerative potion needs 2 turnip pastes and 1 amber powder. I really like these little pop-up tooltips within the tooltips. It's very nice of the devs to put it here, so you don't have to remember where you get certain ingredients. Got some mortar over here, and a sickle. The sickle is an equipment that you can give to your character. Now you see, he gained a tag which states what we have equipped. You can only have 1 equipment at a time. At least that's what it looks like. Right then. And we have finished cleaning out the hut. We can now sleep in here. Found a suspiciously locked book. We're going to need a library to work with this. So let's put this aside for a moment. We found the road to the city. Okay, let's explore while we wait for the garden to do its job. We found a pharmacy. We're going to be able to sell our potions here. Next up is Adventurers Guild, where we can hire adventurers, basically workers, to do tasks for us. We're halfway down with energy. We're going to have to keep this in mind. We found a river. It's going to give us unlimited water. Here we have a market and a surveyor. We can buy materials, seeds, or food at the market. And we can buy extra plots of land from the surveyor. Alright, let's get some water. Got 2 turnips and some seeds. And we got 3 waters over here. Okay, let's plant again. We can use water in place of fertilizer, but it doesn't look like it has any effect on the turnips. Maybe there are some other plants later on that are going to require. Let's see, how are we doing? 3 energy. I think I can pay the Adventurers Guild for 1 helper. Yeah, let's get a look at you. Hired mercenary, not fit for delving into essence of matter, but quite competent for journeys to distant lands. Okay, let's look at the tags over here. He's a human. Worker, has skill in void and level 2 in pain. He also has an energy level and a hunger level, and he's also a hireling. So this number is going to decrease along with the hunger, and when this rounds out, he's going to leave us. But until then we can make use of him. Let's see. This might be a good time to go to rest. You can rest just like this, and it's going to replenish the energy. And if you put some food in here, that will also replenish your hunger. I think we're pretty good for the time being, so I'm going to just sleep without eating. Poor man's nap. Sleeping without a supper is not something unusual if you're poor. Right, let's get our adventurer going into the city. And while we wait, let's actually grind the turnip down to paste. Okay, you found the forest's edge. This is a new location. You can gather simple resources from here. Let's see what you have. And I made a turnip paste. So this regenerative potion needs 2 of them. I want to keep at least 1 for eating. Let's keep exploring stuff. Okay, transformed into the city. There isn't much to do so early on. Okay, that exploration is done. I just want to take a moment to say that the day-night cycle doesn't seem to have any impact on the game, aside from changing the lighting, which is very nice. I do appreciate that little extra touch, but also gonna zoom in. Take a look at these illustrations. They're so cool. I feel like these past few years, these medieval style illustrations have been gaining quite a foothold in indie games, with games like Potion Craft or Pentiment. I hope we're going to see more and more. This is a really appealing visual style, in my opinion. And while I'm talking about visuals, I gotta say this main UI is really tasteful. Pretty minimalistic and unobtrusive, but still has all the relevant informations. So, chef's kiss over here. Got some stones, a map to a forest near the city. We are going to need library to go here. Ooh, and we found an old pocket knife and a blueprint for an improvised craft room. That's going to need an empty plot of land, 1 stone, 1 branch, another stone, and 1 money. Alright, now I have a knife right here, but I already have a sickle equipped, so I could replace that with the knife, and that would give this 2 levels of pain to my own mastery, in case I was working with something that needed it. Right now I don't, so let's just keep it like this. Okay, and you can see this rectangle over here. This is where we started. This is going to spawn some cards periodically. Don't really know how often. We just have to wait and see. About 5 minutes of resource collecting later, and now I can build a craft room. See these little arrow buttons? You click them and it immediately grabs the relevant item. It's really nice. Oh, here we go. We got an improvised craft room. We can create alchemical tools here and improve materials. And also upgrade coins for higher value versions. So what do we have here? We have an Inquisitor. The job of the Royal Inquisitor is to ensure the safety of citizens from treacherous sorcerers, evil witches and dishonest poisoners. In short, it is to ruin the lives of honest hard workers of the magical craft and to exact a bribe from them for any mistake. If you haven't committed a crime, then he'll just leave. Otherwise, you better give him a bribe so as not to get under investigation. Don't just pay him for no reason, because with every bribe his greed will increase. Typical. So this Inquisitor is what the Suppression Bureau agents are in Cultist Simulator. So in case we delve into some shady alchemical dealings, we're going to keep an eye on this one. And here we have a stray dog. The creature doesn't look very strong, but it appears extremely malicious. Someone skillful with pain can defeat it, or a pain potion can help. Okay. Our adventurer didn't get us anything, but he has 2 levels in pain, so he should be good enough to deal with this. Let's put him right to it. Now what do we do? I think I'm going to just keep exploring, gathering more materials. Okay. The adventurer was successful, and we got an animal corpse and some amber resin. That's spelled with an E, by the way, not an A. And in case you've never seen gameplay of Book of Hours or Cultist Simulator, this really goes like that. You're just slowly getting into the flow of things, slowly gaining understanding of the game. And with this background music, it's almost therapeutic. I really get in the mood for games like this every once in a while. Alright, got some nettle over here. Death Sand. And some money. Okay, so the nettle is also perishable. Let's work on that real quick. What did you get? Another Death Sand? Alright, you're running low on hunger and energy, so have a turnip real quick. Got 2 nettle pops. Good enough for me. Let's continue planting. Got some regular weather over here, not fertilized material. Okay, you are refreshed, so you can go and plant. All right. Got 2 amber powders over here. Very good. And let's actually try alchemy right now. So we open the rusty pot, and as you can see, it actually displays every quality of every alchemical item we have. That is very nice. Saves you the trouble of having to remember all of them. Okay, so we have a coagulation potion recipe. And it only takes 3 turnips. But like the tutorial said, the recipes are a little less efficient. If I put the recipe right here, it can immediately grab what we need. Let's do that real quick. See how that works. You can go to sleep, replenish your energies. Alright, and we have a buyer here. What do you want, good sir? You want a coagulation potion? Which is exactly what we are brewing right now. Right, you are rested. So back to the forest you go. I still need the materials for the library. So we made a potion. Let's sell that right away. And I am getting hungry here. Here we go. Bunch of money. And the story, which looks to be like alchemy ingredient, but for the library. Okay. Don't really have much to do over here. But wait. There we go. There's our branches. So now if I put the project here, okay, this is strange. The materials card says it needs 3 branches, and it grabs stone. I do not know if it is intended, but there doesn't seem to be anything else I can do. So I guess let's just go with that. And you know what? The turnip has level 2 in Veil, and this plantain also has level 2 in Veil. So if I were so inclined, I could use turnip as a base and add another turnip. and use this one in place of the third turnip, and that should give me the same coagulation potion that the recipe brings. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, so the stones did make the materials. But now I am missing stone. Let's see if you can grab some for me. Alright, got the potion. Let's try selling it at the pharmacy. Got 2 bronze for it. That's not too bad. Which means I can now afford to buy more land. Wonderful. And now all I need is one more stone, hopefully. Let's try this again. Okay, now it grabs branches. I really don't understand how this works. But okay. Alright, now I have a library. Let's see what this says. To make an expedition plan, you will need a map of the region and some knowledge. Every region has basic cost of knowledge that is needed to make a basic adventure. To reveal a secret place on the region, you will need to add more than that. Doubling will guarantee you a successful planning of rare expedition, and everything between is a chance. There are 3 to 4 rare locations in every region, and it is advised you explore them all to be prepared for the next one. If your knowledge is too low level for a map, you can unite 4 of the same cards to make a higher level knowledge. Alright, good to know. Also, you can study books here. Books require complex decrypting, and it will take a lot of materials that you need to pay for. You can reduce this cost by adding a potion with similar dominant pillar to a book, and it will also decrease time for research. Right, so if I were to add my alchemist together with this map, I would need knowledge, and the story I got has 5 knowledge. Can I see the minimum somewhere? Doesn't really look like it. Let's see how this goes. Alright, mercenary went home. Got another buyer. He wants materials. Let's see what we got. So 5 knowledge was way more than I needed. Your excessive knowledge allowed you to find the traces of a rare place. I think that's what this is supposed to read. In this location. This expedition is unique and will yield, there's an eye there, extra rewards. Okay, got an abandoned church of the 3-bodied god. And tutorial for expedition. When you have prepared an expedition plan, it's noted what type of challenges will be in this adventure, and the level of adventure property will approximately show the level of this challenge. Try to prepare accordingly. You can hire skilled adventurers by paying more money to the Adventurers Guild. You can equip them with artifacts or make them drink a potion that boosts appropriate pillars. When the expedition is in progress, before every challenge you will have an opportunity to throw in an additional potion. The adventurer will not drink it, but will use it to solve the challenge. If there is no potion, the pillar mastery of the adventurer will be compared to a challenge. If it is twice as much or less, it will be auto-win or auto-lose. If it's lower, everything in between will be decided by chance. If the adventurer fails the challenge, the adventure will be ended, and he will receive a trauma related to the challenge he failed. Okay, so this is basically the same thing you can do in Cultist Simulator. Okay, I cannot see what this is going to take. But I do want to see what's in there. Let's quickly plant some turnips. Okay, now which one of these do I want to do? Okay, now this says materials, which is the specific card. Not the type, alright. Well, I think I'm letting the buyer go this time. Let's see if 2 veil is enough to heal the scroll. Looks like it was. Didn't give much, but that's okay. And now it is time to sleep. Actually, can I make materials in time? Looks like I can. So let's do that. Here you go. Got a single bronze and the gossip. This was the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, but alright. So I think I'm going to use this bronze to hire someone. Okay, looks like these adventurers are all the same. Okay, so a silver is worth 4 bronzes, but I cannot use that. In place of the bronze, Okay, so let's just make another potion to sell so I have money. You can get here until then. What do you want? Coagulation potion. Literally the one I'm making. That's perfect. Let's see how much you give. Alright, that's more like it. Okay, let's see how this goes. Take 1 bronze, 1 adventurer, 1 turnip for the road. And I'm going to start. See, this forsaken church whispers of a once holy alliance, its desolate altars cloaked in shadows that seem to murmur dark secrets. While planning, you concluded that most useful here will be masters of veil and pain. Well, we have 2 of each. Let's see if it works. Let's see. The expedition faced a challenge. Deeply ill creature made its nest in the vestibule, spreading sickness to all who enter. Veil Master can cleanse the affliction, or a coagulation potion might be used to protect adventurers from the illness's pestilential touch. Okay, I don't really have the time to brew the potion in time, so we just have to see if it's enough. You know, while we wait, let's actually use this time to experiment a little. How about I want put turnip here, 1 nettle and 1 descent. Your mastery of pillars is not enough for the ingredients, you just put in the cauldron. Oh, I see. So I actually need to find a way to increase these before I even use any ingredient. Right, I understand now. Looks like I'm out of turnip seeds. Strange. Oh well, let's keep looking how this turns out. Total defeat. We reached out to harness the healing energies, but the corruption was too deep, the decay too advanced. Our abilities in the Veil were starkly insufficient, overwhelmed by the scale of desolation, leading to a crushing defeat. The adventurer will suffer a Veil fresh trauma and will require tending on return from the expedition. So, trauma without treatment will leave a scar, and too many scars can kill a person. I suppose this is. The scars. Every scar after the second poses risk of death. The 5th scar is unsurvivable. Okay, still pretty lenient. There's no one left to continue. So he returns. fresh trauma. I can put a potion here to remedy it. Alright. Well, this is Ways of Alchemy. I'm really enjoying what's already here in this game. It really reminds me of a little bit of Book of Hours and a little bit of Artist Simulator. But it doesn't feel quite as grindy in the beginning. Let me know what you think. Leave a like, go join the test. I have really high hopes for this game. Besides, look at all these awesome illustrations. Oh, it's so pretty. These lines even make it look like they are wood carvings. Ah, it's so cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you around.